So why this renewed interest in allegations of Hindus destroying temples now, Dr. Est?
Well, anything, of course, that blackens the Hindus is always welcome to the secularists. But you see, today, of course, the question of destroyed temples is in the news again. You know, it was in the news during the Ayodhya movement. Back then, we also heard all these stories about Hindus having done it to Buddhists. So this is back now. Now that things are happening around the Kashi Vishwanath, where they discovered this Shiva Lingam, moreover, and Mathura. You see, those places are not historically contentious in the way that the Babri Masjid Ramjan Navami was. You see, there was a claim that there had never been a temple there. Of course, that claim was false. That was easy to refute. There was plenty of evidence that, of course, there had been a temple there. But at least, you see, the eminent historians made an attempt, and then because of their position of authority, most of the media and so on fell in line, followed them, even all the Western Indologists who should have known better, just towed the line. But you see, in the case of Mathura, there is absolutely no reason to doubt this is the birthplace. Of course, there was a temple there. There are a number of descriptions of the successive destructions of this temple by Ghaznavi, by Aurangzeb. They themselves, of course, made no secret of it. In the case of Ayodhya, in the diary of Babar, you know, the time that he spent in Ayodhya is not mentioned, not because he doesn't mention it, but because the pages containing this report have been carried away in some windstorm. He describes it in a later part of his diary. So there we don't have his own testimony. But in the case of Ghaznavi and Aurangzeb, we have it from the horse's mouth. And moreover, in the case of Kashi, the parts of the temple are still part of the mosque. You know, so I mean, there's absolutely no case in denying. Yes, of course, these Hindu temples were destroyed by Islamic iconoclasm. Now that, you see, they can't do anything about anymore. In the case of Ayodhya, they still made an attempt to deny the history. Here, it just doesn't work anymore. So they changed the focus and they try to say, oh yeah, but Hindus have also done this. And so therefore you have these stories. It can go quite far on social media, where you have, let's say, fanatics, Ambedkarites especially, who just anything that helps against Hindus they will use. So they will say that Buddhism was destroyed in India, not just these specific universities and so on, but you see, Buddhists as a whole have been wiped from India by Brahminical onslaughts, as the set phrase goes. But so that is now poked up, let's say, by the current news about these places of worship. Also, the Places of Worship Act. You see, now there is talk about abolishing that. Places of Worship Act from 1991 stipulated that all places of worship are frozen as they were in 1947, except for Ayodhya, which is allowed to be in dispute. And so now some neo-Buddhists are saying, but if that law goes away, if Hindus all over can claim the mosques built on their temples, then we too can do the same thing. So you see, that's not what the secularists have started this discourse about Hindus killing Buddhists for, but nevertheless it has as a side effect that some neo-Buddhists, who are of course secularists in the operative sense that they hate Hinduism, they also may try this. And so from the secularist viewpoint, this is okay because it just, troubles Hindus. It can create problems for them, and that's what they want. So no, in a way, you should see the good side. The fact that they are desperately trying to accuse Hindus also means that Hindus have made a little progress. The history of temple destruction can't be denied, and that at least they have achieved.